Well, hello, all my friends. Welcome back or welcome to the channel. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. My name is T and this is my channel, Crumpus Tea and Sewing. I also go by that handle over on Instagram. Make sure that you check the link in the description box below and follow me on my Instagram account where I post daily. All right, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the McCall's M7985, which is the Khaliah pattern that I did for the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. So if you want to learn more about my experience, stick around and I will tell you more about that pattern. All right, everyone, so let's get into the review. So this is probably one of my favorite BHM Pattern Designers makes of this year. This is the McCall's M7985, which has 4 different views. You have a top and 2 different tunics. You have a pair of pants as well. So I made view A, which is the top, and it basically features a top that has a front band. It has a casing that is in the inside of the garment. It has sleeves, forward shoulders, and it has the lower skirt on it is actually sewn onto the garment. On the back, though, it's really hard to explain this, but the back of the garment is just, it has a yoke at the top, and then the bottom of it is just one long piece. I have no idea why I'm putting my hands up like this, as if you can, like you would be able to understand from my motions. But the bottom of the yoke the top has a yoke, and then the bottom of the back is just one long piece. And let me see if I can show you the line art, and that way you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's the line art, and as you can see, with a few of these views, so with view A, you have that yoke piece that I'm talking about, and then you have below the yoke, you have the back, which is cut out twice and stitched together at 5/8 inch seam allowance. So that bottom piece there that I'm talking about is just one long piece. And so there's no like a skirt. Like the front has a skirt, but the back does not. It's just one long piece. And it's like that for all the views, with the exception that views B and C, the bottom of the back has different hems. So you can do view B, I believe, is a handkerchief hem. And then view D, it has more of like that high-low type hem to it. So it's a really interesting pattern. I really love this pattern. I didn't have enough fabric to do the view I wanted to do, which is view D, which is this view right here. Didn't have enough fabric to do that one, but maybe I'll get to that one next year. So for view A, I made this out of the cotton poplin fabric that was gifted to me by Nateida. Actually, it was sponsored to me by Nateida of So Natural Dane. This is the fabric that she actually designed herself, and she sold on her website. Yesterday was the last day to purchase it, so it is a limited edition. So sorry to break that to you, but it's a beautiful fabric, and I had a little bit of fabric left over from my previous garment, which was the Tracy Reese dress that I made for the BHM Pattern Designers Challenge. And so I decided to make this particular make here. I love the way that it turned out, and I'm going to tell you all the details and things that I would probably change, and then also the size that I chose and all the features of the pattern. So the pattern comes in 2 groups of sizes. So the first are the first size is 8 to 16, and then the second is 18W to 24W. The suggested fabrics are linen, cotton blends, crepe and poplin. And so I was working with the poplin fabric, very soft, beautiful fabric from Nateida shop. I absolutely love it. This pattern also calls for, if you are doing the sleeveless option, which is this one right here, the pattern comes with a facing for the sleeve. The collar itself is optional, and I don't know if you can really see it, but on this view here, she actually has a collar on that view, so you can do the optional collar as well. Now, I was not able to fit my collar. The collar was too small, and so it does not close on my neck at all. And so in my pictures, you'll see I had to actually lay the not the collar, sorry, the band. I had to actually lay the band down, and I could not button up that third button because it just does not close. I can't get the top of it to close. So I decided to not even worry about it, and I'm not bothered by it at all. But in the future, I would make sure that I draft the top of the neck area, especially the neck band, a little larger, so that way it can actually lap over and close. The sleeve of the pattern, I made several alterations to the sleeve of the pattern. I had to do a bicep adjustment, and I also had to remove some of the ease, because it had quite a bit of ease, and it just, even though I was pulling those ease stitches in and trying to pull those pull the ease to ease the fabric, it wasn't working. So I had to actually remove some of the fabric up at the sleeve head. I had to remove that and take out some of that so that the sleeve could actually fit properly. And let's see, I chose a size 16 for the bust and the waist. And I think that's it. Yeah, I chose a size 16 for the bust and the waist, but I had to make some changes to the sleeve itself. I think I did like a 1.5 inch bicep adjustment or something like that, just so that I could have a little bit more room for ease. The casing, so there's a casing that goes in the inside of the garment, and if I can remember, I'll put an image here so that you can actually see what that looks like. And that casing, I used a homespun lavender 100% cotton fabric that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it's really soft cotton, really pretty fabric. And so I didn't have enough fabric left over to be able to use fabric for like my drawstring, as well as for the inside of the front casing band. And so I use this lavender fabric, which doesn't bother me at all because it's very beautiful, and I like the contrast of it. But anyway, this casing is sewn on the inside of the garment, and you take your drawstring and you put the drawstring through the casing, and then you pull the drawstring out through the back so that it's on the back of the garment before you actually stitch it in place and before you serge your ends, so that the drawstring is out through the back and it's permanent. And so once you adjust the front casing band, that's it. Once you gather the front and you adjust it to where you want it to be, you can't move it after that point, because it's stitched inside of the side seam. So that's the only thing that I thought, I might want to adjust this later. I don't know. But then I realized that in the back, it's actually a lot of fabric back there. I mean, it has a lot of ease, so you don't really have to worry about that at all. The only gripe that I have with this pattern, the only gripe I have with this pattern is that the front band and the casing for that sits right like directly underneath my breast. And I would in the future move that down about maybe an inch. the reason why I wasn't able to do it this time, like I knew that that probably would bother me and it would be a problem for me. But I wasn't able to make any adjustments because I didn't have enough fabric. So, and I was already pushing it because I was moving fabric and trying to squeeze fabric in to get this project to work. I just did not have enough fabric. And so I was not going to be able to get another inch um, on this so that I can actually drop that waistline a bit. But that's the only gripe that I have, is that it comes a little bit too high up, and it does not look like that on the model. Like on the model it looks like perfect, but it could be because I'm a D cup and this pattern is probably drafted for a B cup, and that could be what that is. So in the future I would definitely make modifications and changes to that, and I would make sure that I drop that down a little bit so that it's not just sitting right there underneath my breast, because I don't need to bring any more attraction to my D cup breast. So that's the only thing that I would change. All in all, I really love this pattern. I enjoyed it so much. I'm thinking about using a few of my vols with this. I have a few vols that I purchased from Mood Fabrics last year, and I think that they would be perfect for this. So I'm looking forward to doing some of the other views and seeing how those sew up as well. So anyway, I love the pattern. If you have any questions, any more questions, anything that I did not cover in this video, please make sure that you leave your thoughts and your questions with me in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and make sure that you hit the notification bell so you can receive notifications of all my videos when I post them. And if you enjoyed this video and this content, please make sure that you give me a big thumbs up. All right, everyone, until next time, stay creative. Bye.